serves when he was trying to serve it out.
Hopefully he tries to at least like do a regulation second serve instead of trying to blast it.
Second serve.
And he was still on the first serve. He's now on the second serve though. He's on the second serve now. Yeah. No, I think he'll do a regular sort of. Yeah, you can see Novak is ready for that second serve. Novak into the net, and Carlos Alcaraz does get over the line finally for his second Wimbledon title. His fourth Grand Slam overall. 6-2, 6-2, 7.
7-6.
Took the scenic route.
Let me see that final
Took the
point.
scenic route.
As only Carlos can.
Oh, that's it. Oh. Look at me smiling.
Grand Slam number 4 for Carlos Alcaraz.
Eddie, are you okay for another 10 minutes?
Yeah, sure.
Great. Can you guys basically have a chat for 10 minutes about the match? I'm going to shoot off. Eddie, can you end the stream?
I'm not actually in. I don't think I can.
Oh, you did. Okay, don't worry. I'll watch you and I'll end. I can end the stream, but I'll be backstage or somewhere. But I'll end the stream. No worries. But didn't you log in, Eddie?
I didn't log in this time though. Sorry, I just went from the link because you put the link in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I might need to go now.
Okay, Adrian, you go.
Yeah.
Andre and Eddie, are you okay to chat for 10 minutes?
Yeah,
sure.
Cool. You just keep
Cheers,
talking.
guys.
As soon as I know you've stopped talking, I'll end the stream. So as soon as you guys disappear, you just do your normal thing. I'll still end the stream. Guys, good luck and enjoy the 10-minute debrief.
Okay. Wow. So
as Alcaraz goes on to hug his family, he's probably doing that already for you. But what did you think? What do you make of this?
Well, it ended up being a very Carlos Alcaraz sort of match because I thought it was a bit strange how smoothly it was going up until when he was going to serve the match the first time. Obviously, he was up at 5-4 in the 3 match points, but I almost felt it was weird in the sense that, like, I mean, as recently we've had the French Open final when he has those dips up and down. He'd played though up until that point exceptionally well. Mm-hmm. I think the first 2 sets, maybe, I don't know. Novak, for whatever reason, wasn't at the level that we'd maybe expect him to be, whereas Carlos was playing very well. Obviously, Djokovic did come back into it in the third set, and it was competitive, and I felt like we did see the glimpses of the level that we kind of expect from Djokovic, but I felt Carlos showed why he's such an amazing champion and just brought out great tennis when Djokovic was stepping up. He stepped up as well and was able to respond the way he was reading some of Djokovic's plays, and then coming up with some lovely moments. Like I talked about his touch. I mean, I really just like under pressure, just some of those, his anticipation as well under pressure was brilliant. Disappointing though, perhaps so for Djokovic, because I don't think it was a great. I don't know what you think about the tiebreak. Maybe he could have done a little bit better from Djokovic's point of view, but yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the tiebreak, Djokovic didn't really capitalize, I guess, on the momentum from breaking back, and he held serve. He did well to stay and bring it back to the tiebreak. I think he made a few misses there. Even the second serve on match point, he missed the return. I think he should have made that one. But I mean, he was always going to be an uphill battle regardless. Like, even if you made it to that fourth set, like, it would take like some Alcaraz dipping severely for Djokovic to have a chance to bring it back to a fifth, and even into a fifth. Does he even have the energy anymore? Like, how is the knee really holding up? Like, I don't even know. It looked like it was fine from the movement he was pulling off, like in the tiebreak. But I feel like this is Novak Djokovic's knee notwithstanding. I think that was probably one of Carlos's best Grand Slam final to date, just by just how much he dominated it, and the fact that he was able to close it out in 3 sets, even though he had that pretty bad dip in the serving up 40 love to close out the match. And all of his other Grand Slams finals, like he didn't play well in the first set against Djokovic last year in Wimbledon. He played really bad against Zverev in Roland Garros in the second and third, and he had a pretty bad dip against Casper Ruud in the not that bad a dip, but he lost the fourth set, I believe, to the third set against Casper in the U.S. Open final. But this one is just like Carlos
very good mentally.
Yeah. His place as like a player who wins Grand Slams, you know.
Yeah, and it's scary for any other players if this is a glimpse into what Carlos is going to be like in the future in terms of like being this ruthless.
Yeah. So what do you think Carlos did better than Djokovic today?
Well, it's for Djokovic's point of view, I mean, maybe he just wasn't quite. I don't know. It was a little bit strange in terms of some of the errors that he was making. I obviously know that he's playing an amazing player. I felt like Alcaraz though was just very. I mean, he was returning very well early on. That was really good. He was doing better and he was serving well. I think also I was just really impressed with he was very stable mentally, didn't have any dips, and I just felt he was even when Djokovic had those moments of I felt like this is his chance and he's going to pull out some amazing points here and win the points. It was just felt like Carlos was just there, and it was more often than not, which he was just in the zone. I don't know what were you thinking?
I feel like there's this this year as a whole, and it's not finished yet, but we're just kind of we're just about like 3/4 of the way, I would say, probably.
Yeah.
And whatnot, but it's hard to see. It's hard to see where Djokovic is going to be at the end, but it definitely feels like a clear moment where he's dwindling. He's not the same anymore. We've been getting that kind of feeling this entire year, and then the next generation is finally like rising up to take the to be at the top of the game. And I think Carlos showed that. Like, he's just extremely fit, very youthful, very fast, great shots. And Djokovic definitely didn't feel like he felt like playing a player being about like 50 to 60% of his his full potential, if not less.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel like we just haven't seen that real. Well, I would say the real Novak Djokovic this year. He's getting a big cheer as he raises the plate, the runners-up plate. But he's still number 2 in the world at the moment. But in the race, he's going to be he's at number 6, which is obviously way below what we would expect. But it has sort of felt like that, I suppose, in terms of his level this year. And there's Carlos Alcaraz being presented the trophy by the princess, or
I think the Duchess of Wales, I believe.
Yeah, right. Yes.
I mean, you're from the UK.
I forget. Sorry.
And I have no idea what is any of this.
Catherine, anyway. Her name is Catherine.
Yeah.
And we're just hearing. She said you're up against a hot opponent and they're all just whistling. Like, I don't know. Yeah, Novak here. Just giving his
final speech.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, there's no speech anymore. Apparently, there's just interviews for some reason.
Oh, right. Okay, I've got it in here. Well, he's being very complimentary to Carlos. Yeah, and he says that Carlos is an absolutely deserved winner today, and gives him huge congratulations. So
playing some amazing tennis, very complete tennis from back of the court, serve. I mean, he had it all today.
Saying
I tried to push him, save the 3 match points.
Oh, you've got it there.
Extended the match a little bit, but it wasn't.
Oh, can you hear it from me? Sorry. Don't want to get copyright out of this.
Eyes. So we got there talking tennis. John saying, can he win another slam? Can Novak win another slam? That is a big question. Perhaps
I would say, yeah. Go on. Say yeah.
I'll just say I would still put him in the mix for US Open and especially Australian Open, but it's not going to get easier here. What do you think? I mean,
I think that I don't think he's going to be great for Wimbledon next year. I don't even know if he's going to be playing by Wimbledon next year. So I would still definitely put him in the mix for a US Open and Australian Open title. Player coming off like not winning anything really, because Djokovic didn't win any trophies this year. So the US Open is going to be at least a little fresher. Hasn't played as many matches, so he should be a little bit more fit than a lot of players.
But he's going to play Olympics though, right? So he's going to have to prepare for that. And
so in terms of winning another slam, I think he could have won another one in him. I don't think that it fully depends on him though. I think he's gonna have some kind draws, a few upsets of players that can beat him. Even Medvedev, I think Djokovic wouldn't necessarily be liking to see him in his way. So yeah,
would you put Yannick and Carlos, of course, would you put them above Djokovic then going for US Open then?
I would. I think at this point, that's what makes sense to me. I want to see the results from the hard course right now, because it's been a while since we've been out of the surface.
Yeah,
but I would definitely put them as players who are more consistent, that I feel like are able to hold their level for longer. And Djokovic hasn't necessarily been in his best, so he's not really giving me much reason to think that he's.
Yeah, it's like also he's at the stage of his career where obviously he's won so much, but then he's sort of he's been limiting his tournaments this year. So he wants to maybe focus more on the slams and stuff, but that's it's not always the best thing, because you know, getting those matches, winning big tournaments, it helps you. I do think it helps you a lot, and that's obviously what Carlos, Yannick, and the rest are going to be trying to do.
Yeah.
For him, though, he's probably really wants that Olympic medal, the Olympic gold.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting, but perhaps that's maybe Carlos's favor for that again. So
Yeah. I think it's going to be interesting to see what Djokovic decides to do. Imagine he wins the gold. I wouldn't be shocked if he just kind of did it like a la Ash Barty and just kind of announced his retirement, like didn't come back to play, and then like by November or something.
Yeah, if he wins that gold medal, he might just think,
this is
that's completed. Yeah, completes his career, and
I mean, it's not that there's nothing left to fight for, but like he would just be going to extension of records, and the gold is the only thing that he really just doesn't have. So he's talking so much about his kids, and man, it makes me think that he actually wants to be done with this. With the tennis career, I mean,
I think he'd love to win a slam in front of his kids, but or the Olympics could be, but yeah, I mean, it's only natural. I mean, he's 37, right? So I think, I mean, how old was Federer when he got to the final Wimbledon? Which is probably
about that age, no? 37?
Yeah, 37th.
Oh, is it
Might have
35?
been older, but
Yeah.
No. 2019, the one. Okay, but yeah, he probably should have won that final.
Oh, he should have. He was serving for it in like at 40-15, wasn't it?
Yeah, and perhaps though Djokovic,
I think I was 39 years old actually.
Perhaps he can win one last Australian Open, maybe. Okay, so yeah, Carlos is just saying it's the most beautiful tournament. And yeah, also this means that the first slam that Alcaraz wins multiple titles at is Wimbledon, which is perhaps against maybe many people's expectations a couple of years ago, but it's clear that he can play really well on this surface.
Yeah.
And I mean, we don't get too many matches, too many tournaments on it, but I mean, I think his record on it is statistically it would be the best of the surfaces. I'm not entirely sure though, but yeah,
it did look interesting when he lost in the first round at Queens to Jack Draper, and then kind of putting some question marks on what he's going to do at Wimbledon. But I guess what matters isn't in his hands right now. So,
but yeah, Jack, obviously excellent serve, peaking, and yeah, if it was a 5-setter though, maybe he would have come back and won that match. But you know, yeah, his serve was really good today, actually, for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
And and that's the thing, is he's just, you would expect him like to be more consistent now going forward. He's becoming much more relaxed. He's become comfortable as a champion, and so that's going to be interesting. Can he maintain that sort of consistency now? Because obviously he dipped last year, and maybe that's normal, right? But it's probably going to go up and down a bit. But
I think he's definitely going to go for while he's that young, and it's not going to feel the injuries coming as much as an older player. So again, be a bit more generous with his schedule. I think he's going to be trying to go for Canada and Cincinnati. Obviously, he's going to try to win the title. He got so close last year, and obviously going to do everything in his power to try to get the U.S. Open at this point. But
I heard some booze there. I think that was probably in reference to the football there. But yeah, potentially an amazing day for Spain if they win the Euros in the football as well. You're in Canada, right? Are you?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so Canada just missed out on third place at the Copa America.
Yeah, it was an interesting campaign. It's a very, very. I think they were like a few seconds away from the third place, and let in the goal from Uruguay, and then lost in the penalty shootout. But
Suarez.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to tennis. So, any final thoughts? Maybe then we can wrap up.
Yeah. Definitely feel like even though he won, he's gonna maybe not tonight, but maybe a couple of days later, he's definitely gonna want to debrief that fiasco of a 5-4 game, because you know Djokovic wasn't necessarily playing his best, but if something happens like this against Sinner, who just came back from success to love to win the Australian Open, things could have turned out way different. So
Yeah.
he's gonna want to debrief that one and make sure that he's not letting that happen again. So that's the one hiccup that I feel like Carlos should like really be intentional about looking into and not allowing that to happen again.
And it's
all kudos. Like, what else can you say?
Yeah, but it was a straight sets victory, and that was the one blip really that you would say. It was an excellent performance otherwise. But yeah, like of course he's had these dips, but it's definitely something that he wants to iron out, and I think that's a good point. And now that he's just building confidence, building and getting used to winning at this level, he might actually start to iron it out, and that's going to be just horrible for the rest of the tour if he let's see if he can dominate in the way that we've seen some of these legends do. So I think maybe we should just we can just sign off. I think if you need to go.
Let's sign off and let the ones who are to celebrate that victory, and then off to football after.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
See you later.